All right, I want to talk to you guys about something that I think is pretty important if you're trying to grow on social media. Whether you're trying to grow on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. I've got a bunch of buddies that are also kind of on the social media journey, some that are way further than me, and I've started a group chat with them so that we can kind of share wisdom, knowledge, and maybe make this happen quicker for each of us. But one thing that we're talking about today that I think is relevant for you guys is whatever you're growing on, you got to make sure that you're not just growing as an expert in a certain niche. And I know that sounds counterintuitive. A lot of people online, if you're trying to grow on Instagram especially, but also YouTube, they'll tell you to niche down, cover a specific topic, because that's how you're gonna grow the fastest. And while I do think that that's good advice, right? You can grow faster if you niche down. If you become like the number one guy for a certain video game, for Instagram growth, let's say, that's what I do, right? You suddenly become way more interesting to an audience that's trying to accomplish that thing, right? If somebody plays Minecraft a lot and you're the number one Minecraft channel, it's like, yeah, people are gonna watch that for a while. But the problem with niching down is that it doesn't give you longevity, right? So we're talking about this. If you, let's say, become the number one guy for a certain video game, but that video game becomes irrelevant, it dies off and it doesn't really have a community anymore, then what's gonna happen to your channel? Suddenly it's gonna be hard for you to get views because that's why people subscribe to you. If you start playing Call of Duty and you used to play Minecraft, let's say, there's not gonna be as much crossover there, right? It's gonna be hard for you to get views and viewership like you used to. By example, I talk about Instagram growth a lot on my channel. When I post videos that are not related to Instagram growth, it's a lot harder for me to get views. I'm starting to realize I've kind of painted myself into this little corner. So what we are talking about today is like, look, niching down can help you to grow a lot faster up front, but it's not gonna give you that longevity that you want. So we were kind of talking about this today is how do you get that longevity if you have kind of put yourself into a corner by niching down into an area that you don't think is gonna last forever. Because I do wanna clarify, there are some niches that are probably gonna last you a long time. For instance, if you're in a fitness niche, dude, people are gonna be wanting to get fit 20 years from now. As long as you're staying on top of modern equipment, modern trends and stuff, you can probably keep that niche going for a long time. But if you're in a hyper-specific niche like maybe I am, where if Instagram dies in 5 years that's irrelevant, I'm screwed, then how do you kind of make your way out of that? I don't know for sure. I'm not speaking here from a position of complete wisdom. All I know is I've got buddies with way bigger YouTube channels than me that have dealt with this issue, and I'm dealing with this issue right now. And here's kind of the consensus that we've come to in our little group chat, which is you have to inject as much of your personality as possible, right? At the end of the day, if people are only coming to your channel for the value that you provide in that certain topic, that certain niche that you talk about, the real problem with that is that they're not actually coming to your channel for you, for what you provide as a person. So I think it's kind of gonna be this game for me over the next couple of years, and a lot of my friends too, of like, yo, let's make sure that I'm not coming across as one-dimensional online. What value can I provide outside of, the kind of surface value that people think I'm gonna provide when they click on my video? What can I do as a person to say, hey, I'm more interesting than just that guy to watch for Instagram growth tips? And so I think it's important to think about if you guys are seriously investing a lot of time and money into trying to go viral, trying to grow whatever it is, your social media, is you don't want to spend all that time. You don't want to do all that work just to have it fade away. I think it's really important to consider what is my longevity and am I putting all this time into something that could be gone?